Guess I lied. I'm early. Let me clean you guys off. There we go. We can see me now. I'll wait for some people to get on and I'll talk about what the update will be. There's actually a lot of updates. I have a lot of stuff going on right now, so I have a lot of little stuff that's very time consuming. It's weird. Oh, we got one. Hello, number one. Who's first? And before anybody gets on here and says get on live, I will do that myself. Oh, hey Smoke, how you doing, sir? Yeah, you got hammered with snow. We got a flurry. I can't really say it snowed. It was just a random cloud maybe, but yeah. We did get a little bit, not much. So how are you doing other than not cooking? I would just leave them running all the time so that way snow can't build up. Just constantly cook, that's all. You know, get them switched over to natural gas and just keep that line going, you're good. That's what I'm going to do in the backyard when I build my shop. Not my shop, my well, it's a shop to me. It's my outdoor kitchen. So how's everyone doing tonight? Still being tonight, screwed it. Still barbecue. Yeah, I kind of figured when I read it, I'm like, yeah, he's still cooking. Never mind. Yeah, I have a lot of updates for the channel. There's a lot of things that's going on. You know, hopefully a few people get on. If not, if you got, you guys know, I leave my live streams up on my channel. Believe it or not, my live streams probably do better than most of my videos. And I think it's because I have a little bit more interaction and I'm a little bit more free-flowing and I don't look as scripted or I'm not stumbling on my words as much as I am in my videos, which I'm working on, guys. I'm working on it. I promise. Yeah, I just have a lot of little stuff going on, like a little project this. It's all taped up. It's going to go on here, and then there's going to be some routed grooves in there for it to hold stuff, kind of like a little leaning six-sided thing. But it's amazing how long it takes to do stuff like this. I mean, I could make a cutting board before I could finish this damn thing. But it's for a guy I work with, and it's no big deal. So, he's not in a rush. He's like, do it whenever you can. So I'm doing it whenever I can. And right now I can do this. Johnny 5, how you doing, sir? How you feeling? What am I going to do with all that walnut? Well, right behind me, right here, that's oak. This one is cherry. This is maple. There's walnut over there. Let me lean you down. And then I have cherry, maple, walnut, little piece of maple, little piece of cherry. And then in the other room, I have a ton of maple, which you guys that follow me on Instagram, I hope you do. It's at The Board Woodworker, And you can also get shirts. Go over to Joys of Thread. You'll see it. It's in my link. Hey, Rob, how you doing? I got a ton of walnut. And it wasn't anything, special. All little, small drop-off pieces and everything. But let me show you one of the pieces I got out of it. This was in my story. This, just look at the grain in this. It is and this isn't even sanded, guys. This is literally straight. Look at the way that grain just pops up right there. Yeah, there it is. And it was a live edge piece. And I mean, it has the sapwood and everything. I mean, it's amazing. And I have probably about 8 or 10 of them that I bought in a pallet that was $300. So everything else, if I just glue it up and turn little bowls out of it, I made my money back just on them 8 or 10 pieces. And that's part of my updates for this evening. So let me get back here. I went on a rant. I felt like Garrett there for a second. Hey Rob, how you doing? He says, "Hey Big Daddy, nice wood. Thank you very much, sir. That oak would look great milled into beadboard. Actually, all that oak, I have more. You can see the shorter stuff there, the longer stuff there. That's actually going to be my new bed frame. So that's one of the things I'm going to be working on. And if you see the pine slabs that we have over there, right there, yeah, them beauties. Yeah, they're I'm going to take a couple of them, and that's going to be an epoxy headboard. I just filled my Amazon cart with way more stuff than Courtney will allow me to buy right now. So, but yeah, that's going to be an epoxy headboard. They put on my ceiling. You know what? I really like wood ceilings for some reason, and I don't know why. But they need to be tastefully done kind of thing. They can't just, I don't like the whole reclaim thing. It needs to be a thought out wood ceiling or wood wall. Don't just get pallet wood, nail it all together with some stringers in the back, put it up and say, look, I have a focus point. I'm not a fan of that like rustic look. I want it to look like it has a purpose. Now, if you did that and it was a French cleat to where you could move shelves around because they all had a little bit of an angle on them, sign me up. Very functional, looks beautiful and rustic. That's the kind of stuff that I'm looking to do right now. Freezing down here in the south. Yeah, Rob. Well, actually, Rob, aren't you in like the 50s? I mean, today I woke up this morning, it was 62. And in 4 hours, it's going to be 20. Go New Jersey. Guess that's why we don't have a football team, right? Because we suck. Love the Smoke says, you have a big chunk of walnut in your truck on Instagram. Actually, I had a lot of big chunks of walnut. The place that I get wood from, it's Hearn Hardwoods. Go check them out. I mean, they're amazing. When you go in there, if Mr. Hearn is there, he'll literally walk you around, give you a tour. He brings the dog along. He'll make you coffee. They are amazing people down there. Now, guys, I don't know if you guys know that much about wood, but look at this. You see that grain that's in here? This is what you would call quilted maple. And to get a board this size of quilted maple, you're probably looking at like $35-40. But guess what? Because it has that big crack right there, and some of the grain is a little bit raised and separated, I got it for $1 a pound. And that goes back to that walnut that I got. It was so amazing how much walnut was there. The first pallet was for $3.50. The one underneath it was for $1.25. I'm like, dude, I'll do $3.50 for both. And he's like, back your truck up. So I'm like, you got a lift? And he just dropped the pallet right in my truck. But I did get more Purple Heart. I got more maple. I have some cutting boards coming up that I have to do for one of my subscribers, actually. And then one of his friends actually got in touch with me for me to do a custom piece. I'll be doing a video on that. But that's one of them things, it's really custom, and I want that right wood. I want to do it in something like a tiger wood or a zebra wood, something like that. But when I was at the shop, I I didn't see that. That piece didn't jump out at me. And he's not in a rush. He already has one. He wants me to make the same thing, but bigger. And I just didn't see the wood that I liked for it. And he's not in a rush for it. So he's going to be sending me some parts and stuff. So we'll see what happens. Rob says that's an awesome piece. Tundra Whisperer, hello, fella. Woodworker. Yes. How you doing, sir? How you been? Yeah, I got a lot of good finds when I was down at Hearn Hardwoods. It was amazing. Boise says, hey guys. Hey Dan. Warsaw Patriot. Hello, welcome. How are you? Boise says, only have a little bit of time currently on a lunch break. Well, thank you very much for stopping in. It's greatly appreciated. Tundra Whisperer says, okay, break's over. Boise says, not bad, Rob. I wish we had it in the 50s in central Mississippi. You know what? I wish we did too. It is horrible here right now. And when I get into my updates in a couple minutes, you'll kind of understand what's going on a little bit more and why I've been a little bit absent or completely absent. Name's WP, aka Warsaw Patriot. Well, hello and welcome. Glad you're here. Rob says 38 degrees here, 90 yesterday. You know what? And that's the thing. It was beautiful yesterday. We were pushing 70 yesterday, and then this front came through, and now we're looking at like record temperatures in the lows, of course, for like the next, I don't know, couple days. It's ridiculous. I'm not excited. I'm not a fan. Right now the temp outside is 34, says Johnny 5. Yeah, sounds like us. Love the smoke, says Rob doesn't have a lot of body mass. Hard for him to keep warm. Exactly. So you just got to find, it's the buddy system. You got to find somebody to be close to. I mean, that's it. Boise says TW, laughing, smiling, rock on. Warsaw says that's clean. Rob Motive says, true that, smoke. I'm a rail. Yeah, you are. What? You're like a $150, $158 maybe. Yeah, I'm still up in the upper 170s, low 180s. Smoke said, I said small, not thin. Love the smoke. That's true. Then again, Rob's a little guy. LOL. I just want to know how you guys know. Just saying. I mean, did I miss something? Did I miss a post? Just wondering. $1 a pound. Strange. That's how they sell wood out by you. No, actually, there's a bunch. They have scrap bins. Let me get a couple other pieces that I got. And these are just all pieces that they cut off that were bad. So they throw them in a bin. They sell them for $1 a pound rather than throwing them away. So, I mean, look at this one. This is beautiful. It has a crack here on the end, but guess what? I cut it off here where that crack is done. And you know what I got? I have maybe 4 bottle stoppers. I have a small French rolling pin. I have a honey dipper. I mean, I paid $2.25 for this piece of wood. Can you imagine what this is going to look like oiled up? It has amazing grain in it. Here's another one. It's all split and cracked up. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this. I'm going to run it down. I'm going to split it into quarters. And then I can use it for pen blanks. I can use it for, minimally, I can get 4 bottle stoppers out of this. Once again, I paid $2 for it. 4 bottle stoppers, $20. $18 profit off this chunk of wood. I mean, it's amazing. And I got this one just because I love the grain on it. Look at this. This is just straight off of my joiner. Once again, all split the crap on the end, but this is 5 inches wide. So I ripped these down to 1.5, And what do I have? I have 3 boards. And then you cut them down to 2 inches each, and I have 6 bottle blanks out of it, bottle stopper blanks out of it. That grain is amazing in this. 6 bottle stoppers at even $4 a piece, you're looking at $25. I spent $6 and I have $75 in sales for quick, easy stuff. Make these a little bit longer, turn them into snowmen because Christmas is coming up, and make it a snowman bottle stopper. Guess what? I'm getting $10-12 a pop for it because it's the season. I mean, it's amazing the things you can do with their scrap. And that's the thing. I paid $1 a pound for this. And this is like 6 pounds. Ish. But this is some beautiful, just look at that quilting. It is amazing. I mean, you take this, you put it as a box lid, use it as inlays. I mean, you have an amazing inlay that just doubled the value of a little box. And that's why I buy this kind of stuff. Because for something that's $6 or $8, I can add $60 to a project easy with a beautiful inlay or something like that. I mean, it's amazing. Sorry, guys. Another rant. I prefer stout, Dan. You sure it's not athletic? There you go. Wish I lived closer to you. Would love to have cherry wood cutoffs. You know what? If I get enough small cherry wood cutoffs, I can just ship them to you. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about that later. I do wood engraving on my channel. A lot of 2A related stuff and other stuff. That's great. I mean, and so Warsaw, imagine what this would look like since you're 2A. I mean, it's not exactly 2A, but imagine this as being grips, or me cutting this down for knife scales for, you know, like an EDC. Amazing wood for something like that. And I can get probably 20 knife scales out of it. So I could do 10 knives with that one piece. It's amazing. And knife scales are going for like $10-15 a pop. I mean, I sell one, the rest of it's all bonus for me. Warsaw's planning on doing more projects. Boise says, sure, Rob, sure. Love the smoke sent that Stormfront over to us. Johnny 5 says, have you ever made any rifle stocks? You know what? I would love to do that. My last live probably explains why I haven't done that. I am fully capable. I can do it. I get in my own way. You guys have seen my post and what I'm capable of doing and how well I can do it in a time frame I can do it. It just comes down to me having enough faith in myself to do it. Even though I know it's there, I can easily do it. I have the machines for it. I just don't. And I don't know why. Because if I start doing walnut gun stocks or highly figured like Thion burl or something like that, knife and gun handles, it wouldn't be an issue. I mean, I could easily do it, but I mean, that's a big chunk of wood to screw up if it goes wrong now. That's a $100 error if I mess up. And that's for just basic walnut. If it's figured walnut, then you're looking at probably $250 for a gun stock. Boise says, then again, Idaho has been the 60s and 40s with the overcast. Well, that sucks. My favorite wood is oak and pine. Well, Warsaw, that's a bunch of oak behind me. And I just showed you guys the pine that's over on that other side. I have 31 pine slab, well, 28 pine slabs right now because I used a couple of them. Boise said, well, Brian, I'm 6'4" and 125 pounds, so I'm a little heavy. No, at one point I was 5'10", 225 pounds, so that's a little bit heavy. Tundra says, shorter piece of wood. Yes. I use pallet woods for a lot of projects. You know what? Pallet wood is good. Like if you're making like a beer caddy or like a tool coat, tote, stuff like that. I mean, pallet wood has its purposes. It, I don't know. Maybe I just got overrun with the saturation of reclaimed wood. I mean, there's a lot of people that do some amazing stuff with it. I would rather take a piece of rotten, punky wood, stabilize it with some resin, and turn something beautiful on my lathe and give somebody a very unique piece than chopping up a pallet. Um, but that being said, there I love a lot of like they make clipboards out of pallet wood. They make, like all them little things out of pallet wood, and they're really cool, like little like DIY projects, and I like them. I I just think that I want to do something a little bit more refined than breaking up a pallet and putting a couple nails in it and calling it a project. Um, like I don't know if you guys have seen. I don't have it in here. It's in the other room because I don't want to knock it over or get it damaged. The tabletop display that I'm doing for a showroom. It's half checkerboard and half edge grain, like butcher block type stuff. That's going to be going into a showroom because I had somebody come over to quote a job at my house because, quite frankly, I was just too damn lazy to do it. Um, and I said, Centurion Construction, you'll appreciate this. And I've known the family for a while. And he walked into my shop and he's like, dude, I turn down custom work all the time. You got a card? You got a website? What do you got? Get me a sample of something. So I just said, here, dink, and handed him a cutting board and said, there you go. There's a sample. So it's one of them things. I like a lot more the more like refined, like nice grain and figure. I love the look of natural wood, but don't get me wrong. Like I said, I really do love some of them things that people make out of pallet wood. I mean, just the like wine racks and stuff like that they make out of them, I feel is an extremely good use for pallet wood. I mean, it just makes it look really rustic, like you're in wine country when you use that pallet wood to make a project like that. Hey Chad, how you doing, sir? Everyone's saying hi to Chad. Everyone, um, don't let fear get in your way. Courtney, knock it off. Yeah, that's my wife. Courtney Edge is my wife. Gatto, how you doing, man? It's been a while. Yes, sir, it has been. Um, I have actually talked a lot about what's not going on. I should probably talk to you about what is actually going on. I have a couple more comments and then I'll get back to what this title is about. Hey Brian, should you make a car out of wood? I think that would be I think you would be good at it. You know what? That sounds fun, but that requires a little bit of engineering. I'm not qualified for that. I made a table out of 4 pallets and used the wood to do the tabletop and the pallet planks as well as in the middle of it. You know what? And that's the thing. I love pallet wood for little end tables. And that's what I mean. I love it for that kind of stuff. It's really rustic and country. I love it for that kind of thing. But a lot of what I do is more like fine furniture, I guess you could say, or cutting boards, bowls. Like for instance, I'm sitting on 4 oak burls over there that are big enough to be bathroom sinks. That once they're turned are probably about $1,000 each. And trust me, I want to turn them, but I keep getting orders and I keep pushing back getting my shop running 100%. I need to just stop taking orders, do what I got to do to get a functional shop, and then do the orders because that's only going to maximize what I can do. And I've just been BSing a lot. Not to mention, in the updates, you'll see why. Typo and use the I got it Warsaw. Warsaw. I understand. Flying Gato says, what's up, guys? Pallet wood is great for burning. We going to see some wood? Sure. Um, Here you go, Gato. Here's one for you. How's that look? Is that beautiful? I probably paid about $4 for this piece of live edge walnut. I paid $6 for this piece of quilted maple. Oh my god, it's amazing. Sorry, Gato. I mean, you asked to see my wood. I got to show it to you, right? I mean, I guess it would be wrong to do this then. Just saying. Let's get to what the title of this video is all about. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I've been going through some medical issues. And it's not all about medical issues. It's more like trying to figure out what my issue is. Right now, they labeled it as something that isn't exactly, it's kind of one of them broad spectrum type answers. So I've been going through a lot of testing. I had 4 tests today. As you guys can see, I'm wearing a heart monitor right now, which, by the way, is completely inconclusive because, you know, if you wear a monitor, nothing ever happens. It's kind of like taking your car to the shop. It's always running the best it could ever run until you pull out of the parking lot and it dies on you. I just hope I don't die. You know, that would be unfortunate. I've been going through spells of what they call syncope, and what syncope is basically just feigning and becoming unconscious or non-responsive for no reason. It's kind of like hypertension. Until you have high blood pressure or low blood pressure, they don't classify you. They just give you hypertension, which means your blood pressure is all over the place. So with me, random fainting, until they tell me what it is, they can't really diagnose it. So I went in for my echocardiogram today. My heart's fine. I went in, they checked my carotid artery. Guess what? Fine. They gave me a cardiac stress test. They told me I can stop whenever. Most people, they're like, if you need to stop, let us know, and they quit. I was just thinking, I'm just walking along, and they're like, we got everything we need, and you can stop whenever you want to. I'm like, well, I don't need exercise. I could go to work for that. So basically, all the tests came back non-conclusive for a heart issue. So what it is now is it's just syncope. And in my case, there's actually a couple different kinds of syncope. The 2 that are most commonly known are vasovagal, which is basically any kind. If you look at the videos on YouTube about guys who lift heavy weights and then just pass out, that's kind of what vasovagal is. It's basically any kind of strain. I mean, if you're trying to strain to go to the bathroom, if you're trying to strain to lift up weights, women encounter it a lot when they're giving birth, because basically what happens is if you strain in any kind of way, it cuts off the oxygen supply that goes to your brain, and then your body basically does a control-alt-delete. It does a hard reboot, and then you wake back up, you feel like shit, but your body's fine. In my case, they feel like it is neurocardiogenic syncope, which is almost the same thing, but my body over responds to stressful stimuli. So, like, if you were to get a little bit of stress, your ears would get red, and your body would release 4 different types of hormones to bring your blood pressure down. My body is completely opposite. My body says, oh shit, we're stressed out, and dumps everything. And when it does that, it releases too many of a certain kind of hormone that drops my blood pressure to way lower than it should be. In some cases, it has been 60 over 30. And what happens then is your body's not moving enough blood. You have, once again, a lack of oxygen to your brain, and control alt delete happens, and then you move forward. So that's kind of what's going on with that. Another thing that I touched on is I'm working with a company that wants to put my countertops in their showroom. I can't really disclose a lot of it because I need to wait until it's actually in there, A, and B, I want to make sure that I'm not stepping on their toes by doing any kind of promotion, because it's going to be sold through their business and I'm going to be like a third party kind of thing. So I want to make sure that, I'm not doing anything that interferes with a business relationship with them. So I can show you what I made. I can tell you what it's going to be for, but right now I kind of can't really do it everything I need to. Thanks, Court. Glad you're there. See ya. Another thing is I've been getting busy and I've been doing a lot of little stuff. And I've been working a ton of hours at my job. I've been working like 65 hours a week, and I got to pick and choose what I do. That's one of the reasons that I'm a little bit absent. So, guys, just bear with me. I'm still here. I really am. I just need a little bit of time. So, that's one of the reasons is I wanted to clarify what was going on, because when you guys see some of the posts on Instagram, you don't really know exactly what's going on. So I didn't want to worry you with the medical issues, but I did kind of want to put out there a little bit that there's something going on. So that way, me being absent, at least you kind of understood. But I've been getting questions about how I feel and stuff like that on DMs and everything. So I wanted to make sure that I put something out to clarify. So that's kind of the major updates for the channel. So let me get back to where I was. Wow, God was looking at a C8. That would be nice. Gato says that looks amazing. Thank you very much, sir. I actually gave 4 oak trees to my Russian neighbor. He's gonna make a workbench for my shop. You know, that's great. One of the problems I'm running into now is I don't have space. I have all this product, but I don't have space to store it, and it's really, really hurting. It's like I got to move my bandsaw to use it because I have 20 slabs in the way of it. Boise says, hey, Gatto. Boise says, nice. Rob says, nice. Gatto says, throbber. I haven't heard that in a while. Gatto, that workbench is going to look nice. Yeah, I love oak for a workbench. If it's going to be an end grain workbench, it's going to be really good for you because the end grain will actually help regenerate any of the damage, like by sharp tools or whatever. I mean, dense and blunt blows, it's not going to help with that. But if you were like cutting against it, or like with a knife or stripping wire and little things like that, it would actually kind of help. Yeah, it's been working hard at it. Hey, Gatto, what's up? You still working for the man? Yeah, man. Still slaving away. Yeah. But how's that job going? I mean, you get to go a lot of places. I mean, I guess that's good. LOL, Gatto. Gotta fund those toys. Gatto says, I know. Thinking about a C8. What? C8s are pretty nice. Courtney says she made it okay. Gatto, don't feel bad, man. I also still work for the man as well. I'm working at a nursing home as a CNA. Congratulations, sir. Hopefully this one works out for you. Got to make money to eat. Yeah, I guess YouTube only pays you enough to continue your cars, but nothing else, right? um, Rob Motive says, "Do it, man. The vet is awesome. Especially that one. You know what? I actually, for some reason, the only thing I like about the Corvettes are the back end. Other than that, I don't really think I like them." Boise says, "See ya." So Gatto says, "So you work in like 3 jobs?" Well, if you put my woodworking into it, it's like 2 full-time jobs. I'm working about 60 to 65 hours at my day job. And woodworking, I work on the weekends, probably 6 to 8 hours a day and another 6 hours on Friday. So yeah, I'm definitely putting in some work. Day job, woodworking, and YouTube. Well, right now there's really only 2 because I haven't really been doing much YouTube. I do have some videos up of that countertop that I'm going to be making, like you guys seen in the live stream. And there was some other stuff that I added to the end. And the beginning of it's going to be pictures of how I got to that point. But it's rough. Well, guys, breaks over. See you guys. See you, Boise or Dan. Day job, woodworking, and YouTube. Yeah, Gatto, thank you, sir, very much. Oh, he's buying me a hot dog. That sounds good. I like hot dogs. Thank you very much, sir. Greatly appreciated. You are my very first one. Very first one. Well, outside of Courtney to make sure it worked. But thank you very much, sir. Greatly appreciated. Yeah, you guys definitely need to go check out Gatto. Gatto, do you have your do you fully have your Type R back up and running? I think I've seen pictures of it like almost together. Warsaw says, "I hope you get better, man. Seem like you've been going through a lot." Well, I have been. I've also had to I've had to put down 4 animals in 2 months, so it's been really rough. 2 of those animals were my mom's animals. My mom just passed away in January, so that was the last tangible thing I had to hold on to of my mom and dad, so that's been really rough. But I only have my mom and dad to thank for my shop because I built my shop with some of the inheritance. So I can only thank them. Rob Motive says, a dog from Gatto. Nice. Gotta go later, buddy. See you, Smoke. Gotta go. I'll stop by next time. Thank you very much, Warsaw. Rob Motive says, I can't say that. I'm not even gonna try. Rob, yeah, I did get married. I did see that, Gatto. I'm very happy for you. I'm surprised it took so long. I mean, you guys are great together. She's very supportive, but babies may be on the way. You know what? That only just makes things better. I mean, if you have a girl, you can have a girl that likes cars. If you have a son, you have a son that can fix your car. I mean, it's a win-win. I mean, that's the way I look at it. By the way, how is Jane doing? I've been driving around. The Type R is nice. Got some mods I'm working through, and I'm catching up on all the videos that I need to edit. I'm still releasing videos from July. You see, it's funny you say that because I have videos from July that I haven't edited either. But then I go back and I look at them and I'm like, wow, these are shit. So I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I might not put some of these up. You know, because some of the videos that I did after those are a lot better. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to digress. I mean, that's kind of counterproductive, right? Jane's great. Her and I don't like this winter. No, I don't like it either. this weather sucks. I mean, we seriously went from getting sunburned to this crap. I hate it. I really do. I hate it. But I'm glad you guys are doing well, and congratulations on the marriage. It's great. Like I said, I'm surprised it took so long. You guys are great together. Um, it's like people say about me and Courtney. You can just tell that people are meant to be together just because of the way they act, and they don't care if people are watching. They're just themselves. So, and I love that about you guys. So, guys, that's basically most of my updates. That's what's going on. I have a lot of little work that I'm working on, but nothing to really make videos on. I could have probably made a video on how I glued this up and how I cut that, but I actually have something bigger, kind of the same way for that I'm going to be doing. So I'll be doing a video on that. But for the most part, yeah, that's, yeah, you see, this is the other half of my monitor. It was just telling me that it's trying to send data, but can't. This is a heart monitor. It's a Samsung phone. I mean, come on. Thanks, man. Glad you guys are doing well. Keep up on your health. I'm trying. You should you should do a how to get started with woodworking. Um, I want to do that, but I want to get a little bit more established before I start doing videos like that, because for somebody that doesn't actually have per se a business name out there or a business website or anything like that, and I'm giving people information on how to get started, I should probably be fully started first. That's my outlook on it. I have an outline and I am drawing stuff up like that, but it's one of them things. I gotta make sure that I do it the right way, because I don't want to misinform people, just like you don't, you know. Gear, how you doing, sir? And he says, hey to Gato and Rob, and then Gear, and a Smoke, and been a long time from Gato and Chad, and hey, you Gear Runner, welcome home. It definitely has. How have you been? Hey, Gear, how's the snow near you? It looks like you got it a little bit worse than I did. Gato says, I have 112 videos I need to film. Now, is that film or edit? Because if you want to go with lists of ideas, I have a PDF file for that. And damn, it's getting big. I just need to start shooting them. I mean, I'm seriously sitting here and my camera is right around here somewhere. It's funny. Courtney keeps telling me that that I should probably move the camera out of the shop, and I'm like, well, why? And she says, because it's going to get all dirty and it's going to mess up the lens. I'm like, so how can I make videos? 38 videos to edit and 112 to film. Wow. Supposed to be 11 tomorrow, Gear? That sucks. I think we're going to have like a high of 30. Rob doesn't like the snow. Neither does Gear. I have an Excel spreadsheet with outlines. I know the struggle. I really do. And that's the thing. There's so many videos that I want to do on the projects I'm doing, but it seems like right now everybody, they call me, they want something, and the deadline is so soon, so I can't take the time to do the video. So I'm hoping that I'll get a little bit longer due dates on stuff. Yeah, Gato, I understand that. The wedding and the car crash, I'm just glad that you feel good, and I'm happy that you were able to get the car back together. I mean, it's materials, but you know, you don't want to lose a Type R. You don't want to lose anything. And Gear says the same thing. Glad you got the car back, and I fully agree. Hey Gear, here's some wood for you. Look at this. You see this nice quilted maple? Oh, by the way, this is perfectly smooth. That's all green. Oh, yeah. This thing, oh, that sexy right there. And you guys seen this one on my Instagram? All right, I'm back. Gato says, "Wow, whipping out the wood again." Yes, yes, I am. I mean, just look at the grain in this. This is amazing, and for only $2, I mean, it's amazing. I love it. I can't really say anymore. I just love it. And I buy a lot of pieces like that when I go there. I rummage through their bins and I think about all the small stuff I can make out of it because people are looking to make big things out of it. I'm not. I'm looking to make them $5, $6 items that I can get 8 or 10 out of that one board. And I mean, 8 or 10 $5 items is $40 for a $3 board. I mean, people are trying to make like this. They want to get it and they want to refine it, make a serving platter or something out of it. You're not going to find that in a scrap bin. You got to think beyond that. And that's what I do. It's like I seen this, I'm like, wow, this could be a nice little French rolling pin. But then I'm like, I could easily make 2 toothpick holders out of this. I mean, it's amazing. Yeah, it could be a nice cutting board. Actually, that's what I'm going to be doing with this one. You can see how it's uneven on that side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put clear resin over here to straighten it so that it matches the square edge on this side. And then I'm going to put a handle in each side, like kind of like a drawer pull on each side, and oil it up and sell it. But I mean, it's minimal work. For something like that, once the epoxy is done, you're probably looking at about 125 to 150. If you just want me to oil that up, I can probably send that to you for like $60. Like I said, if I was to just, take this and clean it up, oil it, and, break the edge a little bit and send it to you, I could easily do it for $60. Easily. Yeah, I mean, I love to do it. I mean, I got cutting boards laying all over down here. It's pretty bad. Actually, I can show you guys real quick how I made this. I forgot. I made it out of plywood first. So I basically cut the angles on it, and then I put tape on the back side of it. And then it's like one of them old like yoga mats. You put glue in between, and then you just roll it up and glue it. And then you use the painter's tape to hold it while it glues. No clamps. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, and that's how I did it. And it's really strong. I just have to finish squaring it up, and then I'll be good. Gato, if you need anything wood, let me know, and I can definitely work on it for you. And I'll give you guys a good price on here. I will be starting up my my Etsy account very shortly. I actually have one, but I haven't put anything in it because I make stuff. People come over to my house. They're like, "How much for that?" And I'm like, this. And they're like, "Okay." And they throw it on the table. I'm like, "Well, get this shit out of my house." So, yeah, you do have to get the angles right, but that's where having good tools really come in. And in my case, the way that I did it to get the angles just right, I love this thing. This little thing is probably one of my favorite tools. And what it is, it's an angle finder. So you put it on your cast iron top, set it to 0, then you magnetically put it on your blade, and then you rotate your blade to the angle you want. And then when it gets to where you want it, lock your blade down, you're done. Um, Gato, if you want to cut holes into an aluminum hood, they actually make a carbide hole saw. I forgot who makes it. Um, it's literally a carbide cutter. What size hole are you looking to cut into the hood? Gear has an angle finder on his phone for sharpening knives. I actually haven't used one of those. I'm really looking at getting one of the big Bosch, like big angle finders, because I want to use that for a tapering jig for making tapered legs. Um, so I definitely want to do that. Um, like large rectangle, 4x10 for vents. There's actually a couple ways you can do that. If you have, you could just use cutters, just drill a hole and just use shears. They also make a actual like attachment that you can put on your drill. That's it's a shear for sheet metal. That would be an option. Or you could just use a real good carbide sawzall blade. I mean, your opening probably only has to be within a 16th of what you need because the fins and everything are going to hold over and then it gets 3M down. But I'm sure you want to keep the hole as small as possible. Yeah, they make carbide bits for a sawzall. Let me see if I can find mine. I think I have it right here. I am kind of getting organized, guys. I can almost find stuff. They're made by Diablo. I got to look through my blades to find which one it is. Because they do make a new carbide blade. It's bimetal, bimetal, bimetal. Yeah, this one right here. It's an extreme metal cutting blade and it's carbide tip and it's made by Diablo. And I gotta tell you, I like it. Let me see if you can see the. Yeah, you can't see the carbide on it until you get the red off of it. But I think I had another one. Huh. Yeah, that might be in my Sawzall at the other house. But yeah, something like that would work. Or if you just punch the hole in with your drill, then you can always, since it's going to be, you could just use a regular metal cutting non-carbide one. Just go slow with it. Speed and feed is the main thing that you're going to need when you're cutting metal. Question is, am I brave enough to cut holes in the hood? LOL. Well, guess what? If you're not brave enough to cut holes in the hood of your car, they have machine shops for that. They could easily put that up on their Bridgeport, clamp it down, and just run through with a 1/2 inch roughing end mill, and they could do that. But me, I would probably do it. What car is it going in? Are you putting vents in the Type R? Huh, there you go. On the Type R, yeah. They do have templates that you can print out, and you lay everything out. Just do it the easy way. Cover the whole area like 4 inches bigger than what you want with painter's tape, and then just measure from corner to corner and everything, and get exactly where it needs to be and draw it out on the painter's tape. Because guess what? You mess up, you take the tape off, put more tape back down, or you just put tape over the tape that's already there. Once you get the 3 or 4 layers, you might want to take it off because then it gets a little bit gummy. Um, yeah, the place I got the vents from, they give you everything you need. And that's the thing with cars nowadays. I mean, if you buy something really specific, they make it as easy as possible for you to do it. Not to mention they charge you enough for that. But um, Gear says, Pam just got home, fixing to eat supper. Gotta go. Hope you all have a good rest of your week. You also, sir, be careful out there in that snow. Just don't know where to put the darn thing to cut. See you, Gear Runner. What do you mean? To take it off and where you're going to put it? I mean, easiest thing would be to put it over sawhorses. So A, if you cut into the sawhorse, it's not a big deal. I mean, you can get a set of the plastic ones for like $35. Or, I definitely wouldn't say leave it on your car. Or you could just do it in the grass, like lay it out on the grass with maybe some 2x4s or 4x4s. Or you could just lay it on the lawn, because if the Sawzall blade goes through and hits dirt and grass, it's not going to be a big deal. The only thing it's going to do is get dirt on your hood that you're cutting a hole in. Or another way you could do it is, you know that foam insulation stuff that they put on the outside of your houses? It's made by Tyvek or Tyver. You know what I'm talking about. It's that pink sheeting stuff. Get a sheet of that from Home Depot, and then you could lay it in your driveway, and it's not going to beat the hell out of your Sawzall, because you're going to have a piece of 3/4 inch foam underneath, and you could do that too. Because that's what I use with my track saw, is I lay my sheet goods down on top of a piece of that foam, 3/4 inch foam insulation, and then I just rip everything down, because for $10 and I can break down, 100 sheets of plywood, it makes sense to me. And once the little squares start falling off, you just go buy another one. I mean, easiest way I found. And they even sell half sheets that would even probably be about the size of your hood, because you don't need it to cover the whole hood. You only need it to cover where you're cutting. All right, Gato. Have a nice night. I'm doing, for the most part, well. I'm living. So have a nice night, everyone. I'm actually going to get off here because I need to go make dinner, and I've been on for an hour. So, thank you very much, everybody, and hope this answered some of the questions for you guys. So I'll see you next time. Have a nice night, guys.